Thank you for tuning in again to the I Am That Mom Show. I'm Ya Martinson, and over here we keep it real on motherhood. We talk about good days, the tough moments, and everything in between. If you're looking for some tips, a little encouragement, or just to connect with other moms, you are in the right place. Let's do this mother thing together. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
How are you all doing?
Hello. Good.
Thanks for accepting to do this with all of us. I'm so excited, and I know this will be the start of many beautiful discussions to come. So once again, you are welcome. Um, let's talk about reinventing yourself as a mom. What does it mean? Looking back from a singlehood to being a mother.
I want to know why this is not topics that they don't have raising us about this stuff and the hardship of it. When we hit certain point, or especially in our early 20s, if we haven't already had kids in our early 20s. Yeah, it should be a topic. But as far as the transition, yeah, that I don't even know who I'm from 20 something year old. I don't know who she is. I miss her.
Yeah,
I miss her.
yeah,
I really do. It's so far disconnected from me
yeah.
today as a mother, that I really feel like she's almost like a what do you call it, a television figure. Like she not even real. That's a fictitious character that I can't relate to. And not that I don't love parenthood and I don't love motherhood, but it's like I really miss having those pieces of what made me today and those fun aspects, you
Okay.
know.
So from what you're saying, I can understand that you have two personalities, but one is missing. Yeah,
Now, I
yeah,
feel like that now
yeah.
because of the age of my children.
Right.
But it's not the kids, it's the parenting. I
Mm,
want to say that it's not the kids, it's the parenting. The kids doing what they do because my
yeah.
kids is just as wild and crazy as I was, and yes, I see why they was always yelling a little bit, like go
Yeah.
sit down. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, for me, I feel like being a mother has actually helped me to discover who I was because I think I never knew myself. Being a mother has made me go through a process of appreciating myself and forgiving myself. And that's number one. Not even about my children, but about the things I have done in the past that I thought I had let myself go. Being a mother has, really giving me that freedom. It has really been a self-actualization process for me.
Can agree. I think I can agree there. And a little bit of both of you, right? I think what Michelle is saying also is like that grief part, right? There's a part of you that shifts, right? There's
Yeah.
a big shift when you become a mom and take on that new identity because your responsibilities have shifted. I also think in that rebuilding yourself, it's beautiful chaos, right? Not necessarily about the children, but beautiful chaos and being comfortable in this ongoing discovery of yourself, right? Children definitely push the limits, right? So as a single woman, I thought like, oh, I'm good. I'm authentically living myself, and I know all these things. But I would agree that it has challenged me,
Yeah.
in a sense, to really look at areas that I probably maybe because I was by myself, like, all right, you really need to kind of modify that
Yeah.
behavior. You need to, adjust that about yourself around, maybe whether it's around self discipline, right? What it really means to care for others, patience,
Yeah.
patience, and a lot of it. And that is something I was like, no, I'm a New York girl, born and bred. Patience. No, I got time. Hurry up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's move on to the next thing. So it definitely has slowed me down,
Mhm.
and like pausing, and like really taking that moment to like really dedicate. So I said, like kind of rebuilding yourself.
Yeah.
again, beautiful chaos in this
Yeah.
sense of understanding what it means to really genuinely thinking for other people and thinking in multiple facets, right? I'm not just talking about, again, for the children, but for yourself, safety wise, for your household. If, we're talking about we're living with partners as well, there's so many different pieces of identity. So I think it reminds you that growth is infinite and it doesn't stop just because you have this new role. So that's just my take.
For me, I would say that I I honestly didn't think I could. Well, I see myself as a super mom, and I'll tell you guys why. I see myself as a super like human being because I didn't know I could do all the things that I'm doing currently. I didn't know that I could like juggle just life in general. I was home for a little bit. Even with that, it was still a lot. And looking back, college days, I was like, oh, I'm stressed. I have so much things to do. I have to study, yada, yada, all those things. But now it's like time management. I'm on it. 5 kids, everybody has different like communications coming in from school, for a doctor's appointment. You're making an appointment for yourself. It's like so many things, one after the other. And now I look back and I'm like, man, I'm doing good. It's not the greatest. There's room for improvement, but I'm doing good. And that's one of the things that I have seen myself do. But I definitely agree with all of you on like, missing the young self.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I'm like, I had all this time and I was still complaining. And now I look back and I'm like, you know what? You still have to move forward. Like you said, you have to move forward. You have to like continue to grow. You have to like look forward for more opportunities and stuff like that. It's not easy, but we're doing it, right? That's all I have to say.
For me, in the beginning, being a new mom, before the kids came, I was like, I am so ready for this. I'm going to be such a kick-ass mom. I felt like I have everything figured out. And then the kids came and I was struggling with changing of diapers. And I'm like, thank God for this man that knows. My husband he was hands-on. He knew how to change diapers. He would wake up when babies, I would sleep through the night when the kids are crying. He would wake up and take care of them. And I'm like, I wasn't ready like I thought I was. And you cannot return the babies. Like they come and they're here. There's no return policy. So you have to like wake
I got a
up
receipt.
and you have to like just be there, like whether or not you're ready. This person is here now, and you have to put aside everything, and you have to be there. And like Elvin said, I think we're doing an amazing job. It is such a huge task taking care of one person, and then having another person. You're managing everybody's lives, and it looks so easy when you're not in it, when you're not in the situation. But when you step back and take a look at it, you're like, nah. Like you are doing a great job. Your body has been through a sacrifice that is worth it. Yes, you miss what you used to look like, what you used to be, what you used to do, all of that. But sometimes it's crazy. The kids can drive me nuts. But will I change this for anything else? No. I love this life. I feel like it's sort of a challenge where you're being responsible for these tiny humans. And you need to pat yourself on the back because you're doing a great job. These kids are depending on you. Without you, literally everything is chaotic when you're not there as a mom or as a wife. They don't like your husband depends on you. The kids depend on you. You have to be there. You cannot be sick. You don't even know how to be sick. Even when you're sick, you're pushing through. And I feel like we're doing a great job. It is not easy. It's
not all in the peanut butter and jelly.
But I want us to go. Oh, are you done, Nanama? I wanted us to go back to Michelle's question about the fact that you feel like you have lost your old self and you have all of a sudden somebody has appeared in front of you and you have to perform that role. For any mom who might find themselves in that situation, who is still struggling to merge those two those two personalities, what do you think they can do? What is the way forward for them?
For me, I would say, so I started recently reading this book. Somebody had recommended it Self-love for women. Any of you have the chance, get it on Amazon. It is the bomb. I just started, but it is the bomb. So there's so many eye openers like in the book, because you would think that self-love is like kind of like a luxurious, like not luxurious, but maybe going to the spa, getting your nails done, going out. Like those were the things that I thought was self-love. And I read the book and it's not. You really have to be vulnerable. You really have to be honest with yourself and truly love yourself. And when you love yourself, all these other things are like an add-on. It's a plus, right? And one of the ways of reinventing ourselves as moms, I believe, is by loving ourselves. And when we say love, like truly loving yourselves, I was having a discussion the other day with my husband, and I was like, in the Bible, it's saying, love your neighbor as yourself. But a lot of times we love them more than ourselves. For example, our children, right? So we are taking care of the children, their needs are met. Everybody want to make sure they're okay. You're feeding them, you're clothing them, you're doing all of that. And of course, your husband. And at the end of the day, you sit down and you're eating. Maybe you might not even finish your whole plate, just eat half of it because you're exhausted. You can't even eat anymore. Yeah. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like pondering on that, verse. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I'm not loving them like I love myself, because I'm loving them more. So that's one thing that we can do. We can truly love ourselves first before them. It's hard. I'm a mom, and it's hard coming from me. Some days it's unintentional. We don't even do it. We do it without thinking about it. But now it's some journey that I have started, and I'm like, man, all along I was really taking care of other people, children and husband, and not really taking care of myself. And I'm going to do that from today, because when I'm full and when I'm whole, I'll be able to take better care of them.
Yeah. Okay. So I think you asked about merging your former self with your current self, more or less, right?
Yeah.
This is something that I felt was very challenging for me. My oldest is now 9 years, and it was just yesterday I told myself, you know what? I turned 35 yesterday, and I'm like,
happy birthday!
Thank you.
Hey, Libra.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Every year I find myself struggling with birthday depression on my birthday every year, and it's because whenever the day comes, I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, but I end up sulking, and I feel so bad, and I feel like I haven't done anything with myself, and I used to be like this, and I used to look like that. And my husband always tells me, whenever I want to buy a dress, I'd be like, nah, I like it, but it's a size 14, which I am now. I like to go back to a size 10. And he's like, listen, you literally brought 3 humans out of you. Maybe it's possible to go back to that body, but you need to appreciate this body. You need to appreciate yourself, because it hasn't been an easy thing. And if you want to go back and be that person, are you going to stay that person forever? Are you not going to grow? Are you not going to evolve? You need to make a choice to decide if it's possible to be that old person, to look like, in terms of how you look and what you did, and being able to balance having fun and having a single life, like pre-kids, good for you. But if not, it might be a difficult decision to choose and accept the situation that you're in now, appreciate it, make it work for you, and take it one day at a time. I got to a stage about 3 years ago. I started battling depression. It was terrible. I didn't like anything about myself. Yesterday, sorry, I digress. I went out with my husband last night, and I kept looking at a picture of myself that I posted on Facebook. And I said to him, is this me? Like, I have the phone to my face. I'm like, is this me? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, do I really look like this? Because when I stand before the mirror, I'm like, there's something wrong with this mirror. I don't like what I see when I stand in front of it. I feel like I look terrible. And this is, thank God for him, but he's always encouraging, telling me, you look amazing. Like, you look great. You've done so well. What else do you want? And I'm like, no, I don't feel satisfied with what I'm seeing. I wish there's more that I could do, but I can't. I need to be able to be thankful for the moment, appreciate it, live in it, because you don't want to be 10 years from now and looking at a picture from today and saying, I think I looked okay back then. You know, we spend so much time trying to do all these diets and then trying all kinds of recipes, trying to lose weight, trying to stay fit and all of that. And when you look back at pictures of you 5 years ago, you're like, I didn't really look that bad, you know? So I feel like it's really important to live in the moment, make a choice, you know, come to terms with it, that this is what it is now. This is the reality. If you are able to go back to that life, good for you. If not, do not be too hard on yourself. It is hard enough as it is. You know, the best you can do is be present. Like you said, Elwin, loving yourself is really important because you have other people that are looking up to you. I talk to my daughter all the time and I feel like I'm a good talker, but then sometimes I'm like, I don't think I'm applying the things that I'm telling this little girl. I look at her and I love the confidence that she has. She has so much confidence in herself. My daughter will stand up on the stage alone and dance. I could never do that. And I'm like, I feel like I'm doing a great job with her, but I need to, like you said, love myself enough to appreciate and tell myself, listen, Amma, you're doing a great job. Do not be too hard on yourself. It's not like you've lost something. You need to evolve. You're not going to look the 18 forever. You know, this is you. You is beautiful at this point. Appreciate it and embrace it.
Well, when you say love, like what is love? Like what is the definition of love? Not Merriam-Webster. I'm talking about like what is the definition of love?